Hello friends, welcome to the Intron YouTube channel and learning session of learning Python with the Intron. In this video, we will see what is meant by data type and what are different kinds of data types. In this video, we will just see and basic examples. In the further videos, we will see each and every data types in and details. So, what is a definition we can say for data type? We can create the definition by its name only. We can say that it tells us the type of the data which we have used. So, there are six kinds of basic data types in an Python: numeric, string, tuple, list, set, and dictionaries. Numerical values means we know 1, 1.2, 2.3. These all are numerical values. So, int, float, long int, and complex number comes under the numeric data type. So, now let's see some basic programs each and every data type. So now let's open our Python. So what we used to do previously in the C, CPP, Java, we used to first define the data type int, then variable. We have to then assign the value. So in Python, we have the flexibility. There is no need to define the data type. By default, computer or our Python will understand what data type we have given. Now let's print the value variable var. So here is our output. What in the case if you want to check the data type of a particular variable? So there we use a type function, type of var we want to check. So it tells the data type of a var variable. Similar in the case of the float, I will take one variable called as EFL and I will assign value as 3.3. Now let's print that value. Print EFL. So here is our output. What in the case if you want to see the data type of this EFL variable? So again we use the type function to pass the variable as EFL. Here is our data type. It tells us that we have used the float data types. Now let's move to our next data type, that is string. So string is nothing but anything written on the single, double or triple quote is called as a string. We will take one example. Create one variable called as str and pass one string as hello Python. And let's print that now. Print str we will do. So here is our output. What in the case again if you want to use the type function and find the what kind of data type we have used for the str variable, we can do that. So here it tells that we have used a string data type. So now let's go to our next data type, that is list. For that we will create one variable called as lists. You can take any name there, no problem. So what is meant by list? It is nothing but dynamic sized array. It can contain any kind of values like numerical values also it can store, as well as string values also it can store. Syntax I will show you. List is equal to square brackets VU. Yeah, it is very similar to the array. Now I will enter some values in this 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I will also enter some string values in this. Now I will also add some float values 3.3 like 5.6. Now let's print this lists variable. So here is our output. Now let's check the data type of lists variable we have created. So here is our output. It tells us we have used the data type, the list. What in the case if you want to modify a particular value, suppose we want to modify this 2 and we want to make there 4, so we can do that by using the index number of that. So 0 and it is a first position, so we can do like list 1 equal to want to make there 4 and let's print that value. Now here is our modified string, sorry, modified list. So you can see here earlier it was 2 and we have modified it to the 4. You can also print the value by using the index of that particular value. Now let's do that. If you want to print this 4 by using its index, so let's say 0, 1, 2 and it is at the second position. So we can do like this. So here is our output. So now let's go to our next data type, that is tuple. So I will create here one variable called as a tuple. So tuple is nothing but it is also collection. It is very similar to list. It is not changeable. So I will tell this by one example, tuple, and there is small difference in the brackets. Here we are used square brackets, here we are using circular brackets. Now I will pass values. A I am passing, now I am passing 2.2. Now let's print this tuple. Print tuples. And here we go with our output. That is similar to the input which we have entered. Now let's check the data type again by using the type function. Type of variable, that is tuples. It tells us we have used the tuple data type. So as we have stated that there is a difference between the list and tuple, that is list is changeable, that is modifiable. Here we can see that we have modified these 2 to the 4. In tuple this is not possible. Let's check out. So if you want to change this 2 to the 4, so tuple of index 1 is equal to, if you want to make 4, so here it gives an error. So this is a difference between the list and tuple. That list is modifiable, tuples we can't modify. Now let's go to our next data type, that is set. So set, first I will create one variable here, sets. So set is unordered collection and it can't be accessed by an index. So you can see here in the list we have accessed the lists with the second index and we have printed the value which is present in the second index. Similarly, you can do in the example of one tuple. So now let's see for the sets what is different between the list, tuple and sets. For list and tuples we have seen what is the difference. Now let's see what is sets. So this is an syntax of sets. Now I will give some values here. As stated in the definition, it is unordered. What I mean by that, let's check out by our output. So again I'm passing as C. I will give D. You can give here numerical values also, no problem, but I am giving all string values. Now let's try to print and see what we mean by unordered. So here is our output. We give an input as A, B, C, D, and we have got the output as B, D, A, C. So it is an unordered. We have not got in an order. This is the difference between the tuple and sets. List and tuple, both we are getting output in an order, but in the set, order is not followed. Now let's go to our next example. Before that, we also said that the set cannot be accessed by an index. Let's check out. So set in print value, print, we want to print out an element of a set using its index. We want to print this B, so sets of one index. So here it gives an error. So sets value cannot be accessed by its index. So now we go to our next data type, that is dictionary. Dictionary is nothing but it is a collection which is unordered and it is changeable. We can change it, no problem. Now let's see what is dictionary. I am creating here one variable called as dic and I am passing some values here like name. I will make it as a learn. Let's copy. We are going to next line. Learn, and next what we can take, date we can take. Let's close this first. Next we can take is date. Data is, suppose I will take as 120. You can take here any number. I'm not taking specifically particular date. I'm taking number. Let's change here this. We'll make as number. So here is number is 120. So now let's what it shows unexpected add-in. There is small space we have left, so it is showing error. Let's copy this and paste this again. So now let's print this.